On. Another edition of First Person, again sponsored by the Ruin Camp Farm Drainage Company in Fort Laramie. 81 years of experience, farm, residential, and commercial. As we always say, they'll make water work for you. It is July. It is high school football summer camp time, and our coach guest this week is Dick Roll, the head football coach of the Lehman Catholic Cavaliers. First of all, I want you to explain to people, and you hear this term all the time, two-a-days, camp, conditioning. What is camp? What do you do in camp that it makes it stand out?
Well, for me, it's legalized cheating because I'm so old. Back in the day, you didn't do this stuff because it was illegal to have a ball till August 1st. It's just our 10 days of practice that the state allows you to use now, and we call it camp. Because we're consecutive days, and then we'll have 4 more practices until we get to our 10 days.
All right, Coach, differentiate for people who may not know the difference. This in two-a-days. When two-a-days start on August the 4th, what do you do then that you don't do now?
First of all, it starts August 1.
Okay,
year.
All right.
Then it becomes mandatory. Everything we do in July is optional. Kids, we encourage them to be here. They don't have to be here. We try to install our offense and defense in these 10 days, and then we'll go about in camp. We hope when two-a-days starts, then we can just start refining things. Then you're allowed to start hitting after 5 days.
Hitting, and I know the hitting part's the part that you like. We've talked about that, but not today. I want you to also speak to the topic of safety, because it has become such a catchword or buzzword with football. The mention of football, and people immediately say, is it safe? But in this hot weather in the summer, I know all of you and your other coaching proteges, take specific care to make sure the kids get hydrated and kids are conditioned properly to the elements.
You're right, and again, the states come up with the policy. You got 4 days or 5 days of practice before you're allowed to really have any contact. So that's acclimation period to get the kids in shape. But if they don't work out in July, they're not going to. No matter how them 4 days, they're not going to be in shape when it's time to start hitting.
The one thing that I know you're looking forward to is the fact of getting your offense in and getting back to where you were last year. 10-2 last year, disappointing loss at the end of the season to try it, but historic numbers for your offense. Nick Rourke threw 28 touchdowns, 2,500 yards, and he's got a lot of skill kids, at least some skill kids coming back this year. You may not miss a beat.
On that skilled side of it, we lost 2 quality kids. We lost Drew Westerheit and John Cruz, and the other 8 seniors was all linemen. So our skilled people are back. Nick's back, Craig's back, and there's really going to be some competition. I think Stephen Monen's going to push Nick, which is great competition, and it's going to be an interesting camp.
Tell about the fact of where you learn football and the way you're playing football now, because you didn't get to where you are as a football coach now, throwing the football 30, 40, 50 times a game like you did last year.
I still don't know what we're doing. I tell the offense, how do you want me to, what do you want me to do? And then, I'll take care of the blocking, pass blocking, and they run the passing game. It's fun. We went to it because of the personnel we had, and we wanted to make it fun again. We want to get those basketball players out, those skilled athletes, to get them out here and have fun on the football field.
And the fact of the matter is you enjoy it. I mean, watching it, because it is fun for everybody to watch.
It's fun. It's fun, but we still want to be physical. And we don't think last year we lost any physicality during the season. Our defense was very physical last year, and that scared me somewhat, because we're retreating on the offensive line. We're not firing out anymore. So it's different, but we still had it in our mindset to be physical.
You're Division 7, and like so many small schools in Ohio high school football, you fight for enrollment, you fight for your numbers, and yet I look out here tonight, you've got 30, 35 kids in camp, and as you told me last year, we got kids coming up in our junior high programs that we're going to be okay. Numbers-wise, football's still popular at Lehman.
It is. We got a class. I think we're on 14 or 15 freshmen, which is great.
Great.
And that's, our goal is to get 40 kids. We finished here last year with 32 kids, and we had a good season. Numbers. Football's a game of numbers, and the more you got, the better off you are.
Football is a game in camp right now with Dick Roll, the head football coach here at Lehman Catholic High School. Coach, we'll see you often.
All right, thank you.
It's always fun to come up and watch the
All
calves.
right, thank you.
Brought to you again by the Ruin Camp Farm Drainage Company up in Fort Laramie. Again, 80 years of experience, farm, residential, and commercial. They'll make water work for you. Until next time, another edition of First Person, thanks for your support of high school sports here on PressProsMagazine.com.